Onitsha Main Market. Anambra State government will enroll 20,000 youths in digital skill acquisition program. JAMB directs 2023 UTME candidates to print slips for mock examination as Slovakia delivers 4 fighter jets to Ukrainian air forces. Hello, beautiful morning to you and welcome to Breakfast News at 8. I am David Okpokwasele. Before the news in detail, here is a special message. Governor Chukwuma Soludo has come for a total turnaround maintenance of the Anambra State economy and promotion of core Igbo values. Let's continue to give him maximum support for the task ahead. We begin from Onitsha Main Market, where Governor Chukwuma Soludo has commiserated with traders at the market over the fire incident that razed down their shops. In a statement issued yesterday by the press secretary to the governor, Mr. Christian Aburime, the governor expressed sadness over the early morning fire that razed a 2-story building within the main market, which consumed some shops, leading to loss of goods. According to the statement, the governor again reiterated the need for people to be extra vigilant in preventing outbreak of fires in markets, offices and homes, and commended the efforts of the firefighters and other security agencies who battled to contain the inferno. It added that Governor Soludo further assured that government will investigate the incident with a view to preventing future occurrence. Anambra Governor's wife, Mrs. Noye Soludo, has explained that any society that neglects the importance of proper child upbringing will be forced to face a bleak future. Mrs. Soludo stated this when members of the Chaplain Corps Policing Explorers, CHAPOL, Anambra State Command, paid her a courtesy visit at the Governor's Lodge in Amobia. Our correspondent, Dan Ezigwe, has the details.
CHAPOL is a non-governmental organization which is dedicated to combating moral decadence and social vices in all the 265 government secondary schools in Anambra State. The organization, which was formed in 2013, works in collaboration with Anambra State Ministry of Education and Post-Primary School Service Commission, PPSSC, and monitors social issues like drug abuse, cultism, truancy, examination malpractice, and lateness, among others, in secondary schools. Addressing the group, Mrs. Soludo noted that parents must learn to give time to their children and must also understand that child raising is a delicate process that must be followed up carefully. The governor's wife, who decried the growing cases of drug use among secondary school students, explained that the society must buckle up, as according to her, any society that ignores the values of proper child raising will be faced with an uncertain future. She applauded members of CHAPOL in Anambra State for the sacrifice they are making to reform morals and character of students, and explained that her husband's administration is giving special regard to issues that concern youth development.
I can't thank you enough for what you do. Our children need to know that their future is everything.
Earlier, the Anambra State Commandant of CHAPOL, Mr. Joseph Ewunife, said that the group has made significant steps in curtailing social decays in secondary schools across Anambra State, despite logistical limitations. He described Mrs. Soludo as a mother who is passionate about social reformation, especially as it concerns women and children, a reason the group has identified with her.
That report by Daniel Ezigwe was taken from our studios. The Anambra State Commissioner for Culture, Entertainment and Tourism, Mr. Don Onyenji, has called on youths of Anambra State to leverage on the One Youth, Two Skills program of the Anambra State government to become self-reliant. Mr. Onyenji made the call after the Anambra Digital Tribe Solution Innovation District program held at the Professor Dorakwil Women Development Center in Awka. The commissioner also reminded in the Anambra that the state government is targeting 20,000 youths who will be enrolled in computer digital skills acquisition program and urged them to leverage the opportunity for a bright future. He said that professionals are coming into the state to assist a network the entire state for easy access to information from a central portal. The commissioner also noted that networking offers a lot of opportunities, maintaining that people can connect to the world through internet. He commended Governor Chukwuma Soludo for his interest in developing Anambra Youth through Skills Acquisition Program. In the health sector, the 78th inaugural lecturer of the Nnamdi Azikiwe University, Oka, Professor Dennis Aribodo, has called for all hands to be on deck in the fight against malaria for a total eradication of the disease in Nigeria. Professor Aribodo made the call while handling the inaugural lecture topic, Malaria Story and Challenges to Malaria Elimination in Nigeria. Our correspondent, Emmanuel Okonkwo, filed the report taken from here.
The 78th inaugural lecture, which was held at the ASU Secretariat, UNIZIK, Oka, attracted participants from across Nigeria, including government officials, academia, and notable stakeholders from various sectors. Professor Aribodo, who noted that the war against malaria in Nigeria can only be won through collective efforts, said that the government at all levels, various stakeholders, individuals, and organizations in the country should come together to end the deadly disease. He appealed to media organizations to campaign against malaria through their various programs.
Malaria is number one health problem we have in this country, and globally, Nigeria is the country with the highest burden of malaria. Nigeria has 27% of all the world malaria burden and 31% of all malaria deaths. So it's a terrible statistics for Nigeria, very bad. The present are political leaders, communities, local government, states, federal government, to bring out the resources because this disease is possible to be eliminated.
The State Commissioner for Education, Professor Ngozi Chumude, in an interview said the topic of the inaugural lecture is apt as, according to her, malaria should be tackled headlong to prevent further loss of lives to the deadly disease.
The issue of malaria is a cancer eating into our very fabric, the very fabric of human existence, and he has done justice to it today. Don't add things to curriculum. We have a national curriculum which we have domesticated in Anambra State. So malaria is taught already in schools, in biology and in integrated science.
Also speaking, the Managing Director of Anambra Broadcasting Service, ABS, Sachido Obidebu, while congratulating Professor Aribodo on his recent academic achievements, assured that the ABS will keep enlightening the public on how to achieve a malaria-free society.
We're going to be having a program that will be talking about malaria, and then take it, further to, the other sponsorships and other partnerships, essentially to ensure that the scourge of malaria, if not eradicated, but is reduced to the barest minimum.
Anambra State government has postponed the monthly sanitation exercise slated for today, Saturday, March 25, 2023 to Saturday, April 1, 2023. The postponement, according to a press statement signed by the Commissioner for Information, Paul Mosu, is to prepare the state's environment for the April Easter celebration. The press statement therefore asks all Anambra residents to participate fully in the exercise by cleaning their surroundings and desilting all water channels. It also stated that all forms of human or vehicular movement will be prohibited within the hours of the exercise, and offenders shall be apprehended and sanctioned accordingly. The Joint Admissions and Matriculations Board, JAM, has directed that notification slips for candidates who have registered for the 2023 Unified Tertiary Matriculation Examination Optional Mock UTME examination scheduled for Thursday, March 30, 2023 were ready for printing. All candidates for the mock UTME are to visit www.jam.gov.ng or click on 2023 mock UTME on the menu button to print their slips after inputting their registration number. The board's director of media and publicity, Dr. Fabian Benjamin, said the directive is only applicable to those candidates who had indicated interest to take the mock examination. The board explained that the notification slip contains candidates' registration number, venue, date, and time of the examination. The Institute of Chartered Accountants of Nigeria, ICAN Eastern Zonal District, has stressed the need for a shift from oil dependency to non-oil sector for the survival of the Nigerian economy. They made the call as the institute began the 17th Eastern Zonal Conference holding at the International Convention Center in Awka. Our correspondent, Emmanuel Chibata, reports that the conference is an annual event where chartered accountants from private practice, commerce and industry, public sector, academia, professional accountancy organizations and stakeholders across the globe gather to discuss issues concerning the zone, the institute and the accountancy profession in general. His report.
The conference, which attracted government officials, has its theme as Revenue Beyond Oil, leveraging non-oil exportation for Nigerians' economic survival, with sub-themes as global skills and service export, the roadmap to export-led economy, quality of agro-export products, a pathway to unlocking Nigerians' non-oil export revenue, and boosting SMEs' growth for non-oil export through instrumentality of fiscal and monetary policies. Declaring the event opened, Anambra State Governor Professor Chukwuma Soludo, represented by the Secretary to the State Government, Professor Solochukwu Lobelu, commended ICANN for selecting the theme and noted that the present administration is already leveraging on and promoting non-oil exports. Professor Soludo enjoined ICANN to deepen relationships with tertiary institutions and other professional bodies in Nigeria on the improvement of non-oil exports in the country to break away from the overdependence on oil and gas.
What do accountants want to do here? In this quest for diversification of the economy away from dependence on the oil revenue, Mr. Governor in his manifesto recognized this. And the government of this current administration has actually acquired about 50 hectares of land to build an export emporium around the globe in Nugwagi axis.
In his address, ICANN President Malam Tijani Musa Isa said there is an urgent need for Nigeria to boost non-oil exports and diversify foreign exchange earnings, pointing out that shifting focus from oil dependency will not only be economically beneficial but would serve environmental, social and governance purposes. Disclosing that advancement in technology is creating a new world with less emphasis on crude oil, Malam Tijani noted that to ensure long-term economic growth and sustainability, Nigeria needs to diversify its economy by leveraging on non-oil exports and moving towards the export of secondary or finished products.
Obviously, the era of crude oil as beautiful bride is dwindling. There is an urgent need for Nigeria to boost non-oil exports and diversify foreign exchange earnings.
Also speaking, the Eastern Zonal District Chairman of ICANN, Mrs. Chima Okikechi, said the theme is apt because this is an era whereby citizens, especially professional accountants, should look beyond oil revenue, tap into the knowledge of experts in the field of non-oil production and take advantage of the natural resources Nigeria is endowed with for sustainability in economic and social achievements. In his remark, the State Accountant General, Dr. Chukwudi Okoli, urged the federal government to also focus attention on other mineral resources spread across the 6 geopolitical zones of the country for sustainable development and job creation. The lead paper presenters including the Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer, Airborne Express and Air Business Express, Captain John Okakbo, the consultant of HDN Group, Chief Kevin Obieri, and Vincent Onodugo, a Professor of Management Sciences and Dean, Faculty of Business Administration, University of Nigeria, Enugu Campus. The conference activities will end on Friday, 24th March 2023. Emmanuel Shibata for ABS News.
The first 4 of 13 Soviet-era MiG-29 fighter jets that Slovakia decided to give Ukraine have been transferred to the Ukrainian Air Force. The warplanes were flown from Slovakia to Ukraine by Ukrainian pilots with help from the Slovak Air Force. The ministry said the remaining MiG-29s will be handed over to the Ukrainian side in the coming weeks. It said it will not provide any additional details until they are safely in Ukraine. The Slovak government approved a plan to give Ukraine its fleet of 13 Soviet-era MiG-29 fighter jets last Friday, becoming the second NATO member to heed the Ukrainian government's pleas for fighter aircraft to help defend against Russia's invasion. Slovakia previously signed a deal to buy 14 US F-16 Block 70-72 fighter jets, but delivery was pushed back 2 years with the first aircraft to arrive in early 2024. In sports, the Bayern Munich board shocked the football world when they took the decision to ask manager Julian Nagelsmann. The Bavarian Giants, according to reports, are now set to appoint former Dortmund and Chelsea boss Thomas Tuchel. According to reports from Goal, Nagelsmann only knew of his sacking through social media, as the Munich side never contacted him while he was on holiday. It was reported that the German had a shaky relationship with the board, spiked by the on-field and off-field issues he was unable to manage to the benefit of the team. With the team divided on a variety of issues, it affected their form in the Bundesliga as they lost to rivals Bayer Leverkusen just before the international break. Although their form in the UEFA Champions League has been spectacular, the board apparently was displeased with Nagelsmann's managerial expertise, majorly off the field. Remember, you can follow news and programs on ABS from any part of the world by liking our Facebook page at ABS Radio Television. Subscribe to our YouTube at youtube.com/ABS Television Oka. You can follow us on Instagram at ABS Radio TV or log on to our website at www.absradiotv.com. Before we go, here are the main points. Again, we told you that the Anambra State government will investigate the fire outbreak at Onitsha Main Market. Anambra State government is also to enroll 20,000 youths in digital-scale acquisition programs. JAM has directed 2023 UTME candidates to print slips for mock examination, as Slovakia has delivered 4 fighter jets to Ukrainian air forces. Governor Chukwuma Soludo has come for a total turnaround maintenance of the Anambra State economy and promotion of core Igbo values. Let's continue to give him maximum support for the task ahead. And that's the news this morning. Thanks for joining us. I am David Okpokwasile.